Hi, I'm Brooklyn Nichols, also known as Miss Nichols, and I'm finishing my second year teaching exploratory art at Big Rapids Middle School. I love my job and my kids, and I'm even lucky enough to say that I love my admin. All that's missing right now is being home in Grand Rapids. I've been looking for teaching opportunities for a couple months, and Pinewood has been my number one choice if I get the opportunity. I'd love to tell you first about my background and why I'm interested in being an art teacher at Pinewood Middle School. I love to share my background and my journey because it's not typical, but it's made me into the teacher that I am now. I graduated from Grand Valley for public and nonprofit administration. All I knew at the time was that I really wanted to help people. So I was 20 and I had a bachelor's and a really fun job doing ABA therapy for kids with autism. I got the chance to be a special education parapro at Hudsonville High School, and I worked there for 2 years. This is where I learned that I really wanted to be in a school setting. In 2022, I had the opportunity to become a camp counselor at Camp Blodgett. In 2023, I got the chance to even teach STEM. At camp, we mostly serve kids under the poverty line from Grand Rapids, and this is where I learned what equity really looks like. When I was trying to find my first teaching job, it was difficult because I had never been a student teacher. I really wanted a high school position, and Big Rapids was hiring for both high school and middle school. They only offered me the middle school position, and while I was a little bit confused at first, it was Deb Tyson who changed my mind. She asked me if I liked middle school, and I laughed and I told her it was the worst time of my life. She could see my potential to help students through some of the hardest times of their lives. Now, after 2 years at Big Rapids Middle School, I've had my own classroom, my own curriculum, even my own clubs, and this is where I learned that I connect and I influence middle school students the best. My excitement for Pinewood began after checking the website, and I saw the word equity right under the name of the school. I looked no further, and I went right back to my application, filled it out, and submitted it. I then told my best friend, who quickly told me that this is the school I belong in. This is the job that I've been looking for. Recently, I had an interview with East Grand Rapids High School, and I walked out knowing two things for certain. First, that I really wanted to be in a middle school again, and second, that I needed to be in a school that prioritizes equity in education. Which leads me to question 2. What does excellence and equity in education mean to you, and how do you believe it connects to this role specifically? So the best feedback that I've ever received from my principal after an observation was a comment about how many students were eager to participate in my class. He even said that some students he had never seen participate before. I really take great pride in the atmosphere that I've created in my classroom. Equity and excellence are both concepts that carry a lot of valuable weight. Safe, love, and respect are my core values in my classroom. And while working on my master's in secondary education, these 3 values have been cemented in my pedagogy to create an environment that is both equitable and sets up students to excel. While this is important and it's great in any classroom or any learning environment, it's an essential for an art room because all students should be able to feel they can try things, they can express themselves, and even if they fail, they'll still be supported by me and their peers. This feedback from my principal reminds me that even when it's tough and I have rough days, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. The last question is to describe your favorite art concepts to teach and why. And typically I'm not great at questions about my favorites. I get really distracted when I try to describe one favorite and I think of all of my other favorites. But I realize that it's not the project or the concept that you really want to know. It's the reason. It's my why. And for me, I love teaching art because I get to explore. I get to watch students explore and express. They fail and they'll either keep going or they'll start over. They always grow. They'll collaborate, they'll discover, and best of all, they take pride. I really hope for the opportunity to be able to answer more questions, as well as learn a little bit more about the position. I think Pinewood would be an amazing home, and I think it would be an amazing place to lay down my roots. Thank you.